everyone, it's Julia. I've been seeing these upcycled pajama bottoms that are shorts and they're just so cute. And I want to try to make my own version of them. I think they're going to be good sellers for my younger age crowd at the flea market. I have a little flea market shop in the summers. And so we're off season right now, but I'm still kind of getting some things done. I want to add some denim to it. I have these large sized jeans. One side of them is very, soiled. I could always put a patch or something on that. But I think I'm going to be using this side of them. My idea is to cut off the waistband, and I'll use that in a different project. I make cuffs and different things. And just use a portion of it, including the pocket, in place of like this pocket, and then decorate this side, and then maybe put the back side of it on the back side. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to do some cutting and deconstructing, cut the bottom off of these pants legs, and like I said, they're going to be shorts. So let's just get started. I'm going to do some, like I said, I'm going to do some cutting and just laying some things out. I measured down 9 inches from the crotch, and that's where I'm going to do my cutting. I can feel the back pocket through this, and I want to cut beyond that. So probably about right here. I'm just going to wing it. Making sure my inside of my pocket is up too. I don't want to cut through that. I'm just going to do a single layer at a time here, and I'm going to cut up alongside the zipper. And then I'm going to cut off this waistband. There is a rivet here that I'm going to cut around. I'm going to cut up the side seam here, or on the inside of the side seam, and I'm going to miss that rivet and go all the way up. Smoothing out this bottom lining of this pocket, and I will be cutting through that, but then when I stitch it onto the shorts, I will again stitch that lining pocket on the side. So I think that'll be fine. That's going to be taken care of. I'm just going to go ahead and cut on the inside of that side seam. I'm going to stick a few pins in here. My idea is I'm going to be sewing this on this side of the pants, and so you won't be able to use this pocket, but you will be able to use this pocket, which I thought would just be kind of fun. I'm going to gather some more things. I do want to do like a collage on this. Not exactly sure what I'm going to come up with yet. I know that these are going to be rolled up and stitched. And then I might add the back pocket of those jeans, that back portion on the back side. I'm going to just see what I can find, and I'll be back. This is what I've been working with. I took out some plaids that I had. They're just shirting plaids. And I was just laying some things out. I really like this dark red and navy one. I'm bringing in some of the darker denim. This is just a patch from another pair of jeans, another project. And then I want a focal point, and I'm just going back and forth on this. I was laying some lace on there, and I didn't like it. And then I have this piece of, it's actually a yardage, and I think it was a pair of pants or something, but I really like, and it was thrifted or someone gave it to me. But I really like the dragonflies in it, and it's got a little bit of red. So I thought possibly something like this. I'm almost thinking I'm going to just leave this side completely plain, and then just put everything on this side. And then do the back on the back side of use the jeans. I'm still thinking I might do something with that. But I'm just, again, thinking of my focal point. I have this huge flower, and I don't know, something about that I really like. Um, Sometimes I wish you can just tell me instead of me just thinking about it or looking at it myself. Maybe it's just too much. Maybe just go back to the dragonfly. I really do like that. Then I can cut some dragonflies out too. Maybe put some dragonflies on that side. Maybe I'll do that and then again take them to the back side as well. Um, I pin all this on. Now I'm going to have to unpin it because I want to stitch these on first. So I'm going to unpin, stitch these on. I added a little piece right here too that I'll stitch on. Um, and then come back and then we'll figure out this will go on later, and then this will go on later too. This jean fabric, or the jeans, originally been stitched with a camel color, and so I did use a camel color in my for my thread, and it's just an all-purpose thread. I'm going to stitch around these using an applique stitch. It looks similar to a buttonhole or a blanket stitch. So I'm going to do that, and then also sew around all these patches. My patches are sewn on, and I went and I pinned the whole piece on. My next step is going to be just stitching along the edge of this. I think I'm gonna try to do it in the same blanket stitch as I did the patches. And then I want to show you what I did on the back side. I cut that back pocket piece off right below the waistband, similar like I did to the other side, and added a few patches. Pinned it, and now I'll stitch that on as well. And then I think I'm on to just cutting out maybe a couple of these dragonfly pieces and scattering them, probably putting one on the back, and then I thought it'd be fun to put a couple on the front too. Stitching the front on, I was just mindful of that inside pocket of the original pair. Just wanted that not to get bunched, so I just kept it smooth. And this, I mean, probably even could get cut off of there if it gets too bulky. It's not usable anymore because I did go through the seam right here, or the where the pocket opening is. But then this pocket is usable. Kind of fun how it turned out. And then this is the back. I cut out several of the little dragonflies. I did put paperback adhesive. I ironed that on the back of these. And I am going to just scatter these on this side. I think I might add maybe one up like right here, something. And then on the back too, I'm going to stick, I might stick a couple on the back. I do want to leave this pocket usable as well, so I think I'm going to just stick maybe one up there and one here. I'll get these arranged, iron on, and I'll show you before I take it to my sewing machine. I peeled the paper from behind the little dragonflies and have them ironed on. Put a couple on this side and then just scattered a few on this side. And then on the back, again, just a couple. I'm going to take this to my sewing machine now, and I'm just going to free motion stitch these on, just doodle and just get them in place basically. I'm going to use navy blue thread because there's a lot of navy blue in the dragonfly. When I get to this one, I am going to just pull this pocket up and then just stitch through this. I want to just make sure I don't catch that. I have my free motion foot on. I have my feed dogs dropped. I have my pocket pulled out, and I have this whole thing around my open arm or my open throat on my sewing machine. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on this one first. Just lower my foot, and then I'm just going to take off, outlining it. I'm going to add some doodles on the inside. One down. And now on to the next. I'm going to finish the rest of them the same way. And then I'm going to switch my foot and to a regular foot and just straight stitch this hem. I already have it turned up and pinned. I'm just going to straight stitch, probably change my thread as well to like a white thread or a light blue and get that finished. I'll show you what it all looks like at the end and share some pictures. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. Thanks so much. Bye for now. One more thing, as I'm going along here on the dragonflies that are just directly right on the flannel, I'm realizing that it needs a stabilizer or something underneath it. They just don't lay, they pucker a little bit. And so what I've been doing is using my tension hoop. I don't really want to put the stabilizer behind on this project. And this works really, really well. This just goes underneath. This is a pretty small one. I'll link it down below. I think you can get larger ones too. And then this just it gets placed on, making sure it's secure. And then it just holds it so taut and it's just easy to work. And then also I can hang on to this to move it.